great Nick Fury.
Whoa! Is that a Skrull symbiote? You know, like Carnage or Venom? Hey everyone, and welcome to Casey's Comics. The trailer for the upcoming Marvel series Secret Invasion came out, and the series is set to premiere on Disney Plus this June. We'll go over the trailer, and I'll break down some of the differences there appear to be between the series story and the variations between that and the story in the original comic books. Now, the Secret Invasion story is based on the comic books of the same name from 2008. If you haven't seen it yet, I put a link to the trailer down below. In summary, if you're not familiar with the story in the comics, or you haven't seen the Captain Marvel movie, which is where we first saw them in the MCU, the story of the Secret Invasion revolves around an invasion of Earth by a shape-shifting alien race known as the Skrulls. Because the Skrull can shapeshift, they've infiltrated the highest levels of Earth's government and defenses and even taken on the form of some of our superheroes. Now, when we last saw the Skrull in the Captain Marvel movie, they were refugees looking for a new planet, and Nick Fury, played by Samuel L. Jackson, had offered to help them find a new home. Well, as part of this series, per an article in Vanity Fair, the plot goes that there's a group of Skrull on Earth that are fed up with it taking so long, and they've created their own extremist group to take matters into their own hands. Now, in the comics, the Skrull Empire was destroyed as part of the Annihilation storyline, which involved Galactus and many others. And the Skrull believed that Earth is rightfully theirs per religious prophecy. Alright, let's break down the trailer, and we'll note what appear to be some of the differences between the plot of the series and the story of the comics. Oh, here's Nick Fury, played by Samuel L. Jackson.
You've been gone. Things have gotten much worse.
So if you remember him from Captain Marvel, that's Talos, the leader of the Skrull, at least on Earth, played by Ben Mendelsohn. Whoa!
Why do you think I came back?
You're in no shape for this fight that lies before us, old friend.
Whoa! They just all changed. Now, this here is the leader of the Skrull extremist group on Earth, named Gravik. I think that's how you say the name. He's played by actor Kingsley Ben-Adir, and it seems here like all of his followers are maybe trying to protect him by all taking his shape to confuse Talos, who appears to be threatening him. Let's continue, find out.
This is personal.
Big as death.
Very few of us know about the wars
I don't
fought
remember.
in the shadows that have raged on this planet. Do you feel responsible?
Where are the Avengers?
Good question.
This war is one I have to fight. Alone.
Okay. So Samuel L. Jackson really seems to emphasize the word alone here for Nick Fury. Now, in the comic book story, he certainly didn't fight this invasion alone. It involved the Avengers, the X-Men, the Fantastic Four, and Nick Fury had a group called the Commandos, if I remember right, which had Thor and Daredevil and many others. So he certainly didn't fight the Skrull invasion alone. So it'll be interesting to see if the series pulls other characters from the comics, either returning characters or brand new characters maybe that they'll introduce. I think that would be really awesome.
You're the most wanted man on the planet.
You don't know what they have planned for you.
So Emilia Clarke's character, she plays Talos' daughter Gaia, who we saw as a little girl at the end of Captain Marvel, because if you remember, Captain Marvel took place in the 90s. So this is her growing up. And apparently, per that Vanity Fair article I mentioned, she is going to be one of as part of the extremist group. So it'll be interesting to see how that dynamic plays out. And I'll put a link to that article down below.
The great Nick Fury.
Whoa! Was that a Skrull symbiote? You know, like Carnage or Venom? That would be really interesting to pull the symbiotes into this secret invasion.
One last fight.
So far, so good. Yeah, I'm liking what I see. It's kind of a dark, gritty, espionage-like series. This should be interesting. And speaking of Carnage and Venom, who of course were first introduced in the Amazing Spider-Man comics, in the comic book storyline for the Secret Invasion, the leader of their resistance was Queen Veranke of the Skrull, and she actually posed as Spider-Woman and later became part of I think it was the New Avengers in the story. Now, we haven't seen Spider-Woman yet in the MCU. However, she is scheduled to make her debut in the upcoming Spider-Man Across the Spider-Verse movie, coming out in early June. And Secret Invasion comes out June 21st, a few weeks later. So, I mean, anything's possible with the whole multiverse thing. However, the Spider-Verse movies don't exactly coincide with the rest of the MCU. So, I'm doubtful that we'll see Spider-Woman show up in this series. But that would be interesting if they figure out a way. And if not a symbiote, though, perhaps the Skrull will clone Reed Richards, aka Mr. Fantastic from the Fantastic Four. Looks pretty similar to the variant B cover of the Secret Invasion series, issue number 5. Could the official MCU Fantastic Four be revealed this summer? That would be pretty fantastic. Now, the Marvel Comics Secret War storyline preceded and is connected to this Secret Invasion storyline. However, now don't confuse this early 2000s Secret War story with the 1980s Secret Wars plural story, which in Secret Wars issue number 8 first introduced the famous black symbiote Spider-Man costume, which later of course bonded with Eddie Brock and became the Venom that we all know today. I know there's no relation between the stories, but I guess it's my way of justifying that maybe either Venom, Carnage, or some other symbiote could show up in this series. I think that'd be really fun. Let me know what you think of all these possibilities and what you thought of the Secret Invasion trailer in the comments down below. Now, as mentioned, I'm really hoping that Nick Fury doesn't really go at it all alone, and that maybe they'll surprise us with some new heroes or reintroduce some heroes we've seen before. Not that Mr. Jackson can't do it on his own, he's an amazing actor, but I'm really hoping that the writers will stick to some of the original comic book source material. Alright, if you enjoyed this video, please hit that like button and please hit subscribe. I really appreciate it. And be sure to ring that notification bell to get notified of my future videos. Thank you again for watching, everyone, and I'll see you next time.